Ooh, I like this angle. Hi, this is Allie. I'm Allie. Welcome to my channel. So, in last week's video, I said, ooh, time out. This is way too hot in here. In last week's video, I said that we would be returning to the Peru stuff this week, but I lied. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Anyways, I lied because today I'm going to be carving a pumpkin and also answering one of the questions I didn't get to answer in last week's video. Someone asked me to explain the worst thing that happened to me in each country. And I answered it while filming, but that answer was so long, I decided to make it its own little video. And here we are. So I'm going to be doing this in my room on my brand new carpet. So we're going to try to not make a mess. I'm going to spread these garbage bags out so I don't make a mess. I feel like I'll get to the actual story part of it when I'm like legitimately carving the pumpkin. One bag down. I feel like I'm gonna end up regretting doing this in my room. Da, 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 da. Where's that from? Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Blue's Clues! This is my baby pumpkin. He is 11 pounds. Cost me 10 bucks. And I'm very attached to my pumpkin. I love my pumpkin.
A few moments later.
Alright, so this is the third time I'm telling this story on camera. The first time was when it actually happened. This is a little difficult. The second time was when I was filming the Q&A. And now, here's the third time. My pumpkin doesn't have a stump. How am I gonna lift this up? Is that what it's called, a stump? This is the worst thing that happened to me my entire trip. We had just gotten to Medellin. We had been staying in hostels. And for the most part, the hostels we stayed at have been okay, like nothing too bad. Obviously nothing too fancy either because they are hostels. We get to this hostel and it's really nice, like for a hostel. Like it is really, really. So we're kind of excited to be, hold on, give me a second because I think I need to focus a little bit on this. And then I'll get back to the story. Let me use my knife. Oh, that's gross. I don't like how it feels. This doesn't get anything. I feel like I should just use my hands. I'm gonna switch to my hands because oh, I don't like how it feels. It feels so slimy. We were a little bit surprised because we weren't paying more than $15 a night for any of our hostels. So like we were super happy. The bathrooms were like so clean. Like everything was really nice. They had like these really nice common areas. All is great. We go to sleep that night. And I wake up at like 2 in the morning, like super, super itchy. And like at first I think like, oh, maybe it's mosquitoes or something, like I have mosquito bites. But then I start feeling things crawling on me. And I'm like, no, that's just in my head. I'm being paranoid. There's nothing crawling on me. After like maybe 10 minutes of like still feeling things crawling on me, I'm like, okay, no, I need to check. I turn on the flashlight of my phone and I see this giant bug just like running away. And so I start freaking out. And then like I see more little bugs crawling all over. And I'm just like, no, 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 no. And so then I wake up Em and I'm like, Em, there's bugs in my bed. She was like mostly asleep, so she was like not really helpful. So then I go to the front desk. I go to the front desk and I'm like, hey, there are bugs in my bed. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Em's sister, Kelly, also starts freaking out because she has a bug phobia. And so the guy comes into the room. Kelly's like searching her bed and there are like bugs everywhere. And we had one bunk bed and like one bed separately, and there were bugs on all three of them. There were at least 10 on mine, and they were like giant black bugs. So later I looked it up, and bed bugs get to that size after they've been sucking on your blood for like 20 minutes. So fun. And at this point, we're just like, this is 2 a.m. We have a super early reservation the next day to go paragliding. So we're super tired. The paragliding place is like over an hour away. And we have to be there at like 9 a.m. or something. So being up at 2 a.m. because there are bugs all over your bed, not the best situation. The guy at the front desk tells us that there's no other private rooms available. He puts us into an 8-person room. Yes.
Ay, Dios mío.
You're on camera. You want to say something else? That, ladies and gentlemen, was my dearest mother's reaction. They told us to put all of our clothes into a plastic bag and that they would wash it and that they would disinfect the room the next day. We wake up super early. We don't even talk to the front desk people because we have all of our stuff is in another room. We have to get ready. We have to get out of there. I feel like this pumpkin gut thing doesn't end. Like, why am I still doing this? I should be done. So we're debating about like actually staying there or not. And then we get back to the hotel and we like start packing our stuff and we're like, okay, maybe this is not the best place. We didn't have a good first night. Blah, 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 blah. When we get into the room though, like they disinfected everything. And so like all you smell are chemicals, like, oh, itchy. Super strong chemical smell. I think Kelly's eyes started like tearing up. Started getting lightheaded. I started getting a headache. We were getting nauseous from just being in the room like a couple of minutes while we were packing. So that kind of just sealed the deal for us. Like, no, we need to not stay here. Originally, we planned to stay in this hostel for, I think, 5 days. We paid a deposit through a third-party website. Rhymes with schmostel, schmurled. You pay the deposit for like the amount of time you're staying. And so I think even though we were paying about like $11 a night here, our deposit was maybe like close to $50 because we were staying multiple nights. And so we went in with the idea that we were gonna get at least part of our deposit back. Like obviously we would pay for the first night because we slept there, but we should pay for the 8-person room, which is a lot cheaper. And we should get part of our deposit back, right? Because we're not staying there anymore. One would assume. I go to the front desk person and I'm like, hey, blah, 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 this is what happened. And they're like, oh, you should have told us this morning and then we could have like given you your money back or something. But now you have to be charged for the 2 nights and your deposit doesn't count towards that. Excuse me? I'm sorry, what? My $50 deposit that would cover more than 1 night doesn't cover any of the nights. So I didn't go in there with the intention of yelling at these people. I did not. But then they started talking some ridiculousness and I was not okay with it. And he was like, but give us another chance. Give us another chance. And I kept telling him, we gave you a chance the first time around. Phrasing things as if he was doing us a favor. I did you the favor to disinfect your room and to do your laundry. And I'm like, hold up. Hold it up, sir. Well, I didn't point a knife at him. But I said, hold up, sir. You did not do me any favor. You are the manager of this hostel. You were doing your job. You're not doing me a favor. So we're back in the room, we're packing. I think M at this point is still outside trying to reason with this crazy man who still is trying to get us to stay at this hostel. Kelly and I are packing in the room, and Kelly's like, if we find a bug, then he can't make us pay. So now Kelly and I are in this crazy goose hunt chase looking for bugs. And you know what? We found a bug. Well, it was dead, but we found a bug. And we found bug eggs. The eggs of the bugs. I'm going to put in a picture here, or a video. I don't remember what I took. I'm going to put it here. And so we come out and we're like, look. And he's still like, even after we show him that, he's like, oh, but it's disinfected. Like, those eggs are dead. That bug is dead. Just give us a chance. Just give us a chance. And I look at this man and I'm like, you must be crazy. I asked him, I'm like, are you crazy? I'm not a fan of this man. So at some point, we just give up. We're like, fine, we'll pay you. We just want to leave. Like, we're tired. We got an Airbnb and we just wanted to be there. So we're just finishing the last bit of packing so that we can go. But I'm upset. And so with the door open, I very loudly say, I have like 3 emails. I'm going to write on TripAdvisor, on Hostel World, on everything. I'm not lying when I say like 2 seconds after me saying that out loud, this man comes into the room and he's like, let's try to arrange an agreement. I'm like, sir, I tried to come to an agreement with you earlier when we first walked in and you didn't want to listen. And he was like, yeah, but you know, that's going to affect us negatively and blah. And I'm like, how do you think these bites affect me? Every time I've told this story, I like regain the emotions because I'm still very upset at this man.
12 seconds later.
I'm gonna help you see, buddy. I'm gonna give you some eyes, Sir Pumpkin Man.
One eternity later.
Is how my pumpkin came out. I'm super proud of it. Granted, this kit is made for like probably like 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds. I'm gonna go see if I can find some candles so that we can see it in the dark. Yay! Oh my goodness, I'm so happy! It came out so good! I'm a child. I like legit, I didn't think it would come out this good. But again, this kit is probably for like children, which is fine. I'm still proud of myself. Whatever. So that's this week's video. Next week, we will be back in Peru. I'm not lying this time. Promise. Next week's video will be Machu Picchu and Rainbow Mountain. And I have exciting news coming up. But for right now, it's a surprise. So keep on watching to see what the news is. And if you like my videos in general, hit subscribe. And yeah, bye!